Hello, and as you can see, I have done some wiring on the motor of this little LGB locomotive, and there are some ceramic capacitors on there. Now, this one here, where my big finger is a 10 nanofarad, and it's connected from the wire connection only on the inside of the brush to the casing of the motor, to the housing of the motor. On the other side I've done exactly the same, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, but I will make some pictures. Also at the same point this one is also connected to the housing of the motor. On the same point here and here I placed a 47 nanofarad capacitor, and that's to so that the interference from the brushes is more eliminated, because of the fact that I had my the little bit of problem I had with the programming of the motor parameters in the decoder. So I hope that it is sufficient, because in the description of the in the manual of the decoder it says that you have to keep the interference, the suppression filters intact on the motor, but I've lost it. There was some of that in the locomotive as a circuit board for analog, but now I lost it. It was 20 years ago since when I did this locomotive in digital with the old decoder, and so I lost it. I made something new. I hope this will be sufficient, and maybe the decoder will work now. I changed some ZV settings. Number 9, motor frequency is now at 120, and yeah, it sounds different now, the locomotive. It still has this hum, you hear it, but this is as low as I can get it, sadly enough. And yeah, this is the hum you will keep. And what I changed on the motor, I put some capacitors, some ceramic capacitors as a noise filter, but it doesn't make any difference in how the locomotive responds. Oh. When the train is at speed, you don't hear it that much. And when you slow down at about cruising speed, then you hear it, and that's a shame. I would have liked to have set it to the 30 kilohertz, but that's not possible. If I run it at 30 kilohertz, the frequency setting of the motor, CV number 9 at 0, then I get the train stopping every 10 minutes or so, and after those 10 minutes it stops, then it starts up again, goes another lap, and then it stops again, goes another lap, stops again, goes another, and so on and so on. And that's a shame. But hey, I can live with this. The wagons behind the train, behind the loco, are wagons I made for my 3 daughters. The youngest, the middle one, and the oldest. They all have a wagon that I made. Yeah. Well, hope you found it useful. I tried to get something going. What I want to point out is I found a little failure in the coding on this motor block. It says here green, brown, yellow and white. It is German, so it says, literally says grün, braun, gelb und weiß. Now, if you look at manuals for decoders from Mossad, and I will show you now, it says that the brown and the white have to be connected to the track. And this is the brown, this one here, and this is the, I want to show you that it's not connected to the track. I put, you hear it? It's not connected to the track. What's going on? The white here, the white is also, should be the track. That one is connected to the track. It's not, but it's on the power pickup on the rail. It's connected to the track. The other side, it's not. The green here, the GN, is connected. You can see it in the top corner, and I'm trying to get it off the, no, it's not coming off the wheels, there's some interference. But those two are the two outer ones here, these two are the track powers. But it says green and white here. So LGB did something wrong. Now the two inner ones, brown and green, gelb, yellow, are the motor, as you can hear. Motor is that short, so that's the motor. So yeah, there is a little bit of a problem. I knew this and I forgot to mention it in the other videos, but I wired my cables on the decoder in such a way that my color code here, oh, here it is, that green goes here, brown goes here, yellow goes here and white goes here. But you have to really take a look at this before you connect your decoder up on these connections, because it can destroy your decoder. Always check that it is correct, so that you get the motor wires. Just take a continuity tester and find the motor wires. If you have the motor wires, you can hook them up. The yellow and the green one should go to the motor, and the other two wires, the brown and the white, should go to the to the track. if you have that, then you should be okay. Don't take this here for granted, because on this locomotive it will fry your decoder if you hook up as it is said here. It can destroy your decoder. That's what I wanted to say, and I'm gonna show you on the... So here we have green and white as the track power. And I'll show you in the decoder manual. That drops. I will show you in the decoder manual. Here we are in the decoder manual. This is a Masot decoder manual, but Masot makes these decoders also for LGB locomotives, and they use the old color code. You can see the green is going to the motor, and the yellow is the positive going to the motor, and the brown and the gray looking here, this is white, is going to the track. So be aware that you have to take a look at this before you put it on the track. If you're not sure, you always put your locomotive on the programming track before you put it on the main line, because if you don't do that, and that's how I discovered it when I was installing the old LGB decoder. When I installed it, I first put it on the programming track and tried to program in it, but it didn't work. It gave a short. So I remeasured everything, and then I found out that I had to reconnect the wires on the pins on the underside of the locomotive. And when I did that, finally it all came to work, and that's it. And then it worked okay. I could program it and everything was in order. So be aware that you always, if you hook up your decoder for the first time, you have hooked it up, and just the motor and the track power going to it, those wires are connected, those 4 wires are connected. Put it on a programming track so that you don't blow up your decoder if it is not correctly done, or if there is a short somewhere, or if the color coding on the back of the motor is wrong. So be sure to put it first on the programming track. Try to program it, and when that's done and it works, you can program the motor. Then you can put it on the main line, and then you can start running the locomotive. So that's it. Thank you. Hope you found it useful. If you have any comments, put them down in the description. And I will see you next time. Okay. Goodbye. Going. The cat mouse.